Hi, this is Avila Mukhopadhyay. I hope you can hear me clear and loud. Today we discuss and analyze the poem Mild the Mist Upon the Hill. This is one of the most famous poems by 19th century poet Emily Jan Bronte. The poem is highly psychological, though it is in the syllabus of West Bengal Board of Secondary Education and in class 9. Whatever, if you can analyze it, there are so many contexts through which you can go to analyze it, go through all these kind of things like psychological analysis. So whatever, let me start the poem and explain you line by line. Before explaining a few things, I should tell you that Emily Jane Bronte throughout her life suffered a lot. She faced the death of her mother and her sister at very young age. She suffered isolation in her life. Therefore, the poem is relatable with her personal life. So let me begin the poem. Mild the mist upon the hill, telling not of storms tomorrow. The reference of mist is something mysterious, but the mist is not deep, is not so much thick, it is mild and it is upon the hills. And the speaker poet is observing, is watching the mist upon the hill. Now she is trying to get the meaning of the mist, and she is informing us that as if the mist is telling not of storms, it is not indicating any chance of storm the next day. But why? Because the day has wept its fill. Today there is enough rain and there is no possibility for any rain tomorrow. Now come to the next line, the fourth line of the stanza. Spent its store of silent sorrow. Can you relate it with cry? Yes. The tears as if compared with the raindrops. We can say in other words that the poet speaker cried the entire day, though there is no direct reference of such kind of analysis, and we are just trying to relate it with the poet herself, poet's life, as if the poet has cried the entire day. So the first stanza is clear, I hope. Now come to the second one. Oh, I am gone back to the days of youth. Now here we are finding, we can see, we can search, we can relate it with someone who is thinking of her past, her childhood days, and the person is no one but the narrator, but the speaker poet. The speaker poet is thinking about her past. And what she is thinking about? I am a child once more. She is remembering herself as a child when everyone were there with her mother, her sister, everyone. And beneath my father's sheltering roof, and there was a shelter of her father. To a girl, her father's love, her father's care is above everything. And she is remembering that. Now she is alone. Now she cries the entire day. Can you relate this? Yes, we can. And near the old hall door, I watch this cloudy evening fall after a day of rain. Now again there is a shift, and the speaker poet is coming to the present from the past. So the first stanza is the present, the second stanza is about the past, the third stanza is once again the present. I watch this cloudy evening fall. After a day of rain, blue mists, sweet mists of summer fall. Now, what is blue mist? Blue is the color of youth. Alright. So, as if the mist is young, sweet. Why sweet? Because the childhood memories are brought back by the mist. So, anything that can help us to remind our past is sweet. If the days were sweet days, if the days were happy days, mist of summer fall, the horizon's mountain chain. Now she is describing how the horizon is like some people hand in hand, like a chain. The horizon's mountain chain, the horizon is entirely blocked, entirely seizing the sight, and it is as if a chain. Now come to the next part. The damp stands in the long green grass, as thick as morning's tears. The damp means the mist. The mist stands on the long green grass. On the grass we find the mist, the dewdrops, and now they are not mild, they are thick. And imagine how she is comparing the dewdrops. They are as thick as morning's tears. Can a person very easily understand this meaning? Yes, you can. If you can relate the pain when someone is awake the entire night and crying the entire night. At the dawn, the tears are thick, they are not mild. So we can find that the speaker poet is unhappy, she is suffering, she only gets pleasure when she remembers her past days, and the dreamy sense of fragrance pass, that breath of other years. And dreamy sense, the dreamy possibilities, the dreamy good things, the breath of other years. Breath of other years. The other years may refer to the past, may refer to the future. Maybe she is thinking still about the past days, or she is thinking about the future possibilities. So I hope you have understood the poem. This is one analysis, and most important that this is my analysis. You can find 100 of such analysis. Thank you so much for watching White Spirit. I hope that this video helped you a little. If you find any query, if you find any question, any problem, write that in the comment box. We will try to reach you as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Press the bell icon, do subscribe and like, share. Meet you through the next video. Stay tuned.